chest. Courtesy. Okay. Again, today's seminar is going to be looking at application of some chi sao concepts during combat and some of the positions we can get caught up in that we can actually apply some sticky hand, some redirection and deflection of movement. Again, often we do this hand touching drill, we're learning to use two arms at the same time. That's one part of the big concept that I like to teach. But sometimes being more direct, because if someone does a round punch, you can just hit straight from that position, which is a very efficient movement. But often the way we teach it, just to get people to use two arms. So this one is efficient in the sense of going forward, but I'm not really taking into account this position. Now it might be not as wide as that, it might be just a little tiny curve on it. So he come in quite, and then it's sort of like a trade-off situation where I might have the inside line, but if I'm responding to him beginning the movement, I might be a moment behind. All right, so we do try to use two arms at the same time. So this is still straight. This is still a straight line, okay? I want you just to warm up some inside and some outside line. So we were just looking at, really working the drill as we often do with two arms at the same time. But if you're clinched up on one side, you can't have the other arm available to you. It's hard to maneuver your body away and in. So what I want you guys to do now is if a round punch comes, I want your block hit. Okay? So your block hit, excuse me. If it's a straight punch through, you go in, lan, hit. Okay? So you just lan, hit, and then control. One arm. You're not using two arms now. Okay? I'll just cut this. So we're touching hands, and Glenn's going to do the technique now. Ah, there it comes. Because I didn't throw a punch. But he's thinking, where's the punch? Oh, there, punch. All right? Don't hesitate, okay? The first thing is you should affect your opponent. Affect their vision, affect their breathing, then get rid of the grab if you need to. But if the punch comes, he grabs and punches, now you have to do something, you have to react to the punch. You have to maybe defend that line before you affect them. But if he grabs and does nothing, boom, you affect him. Then you get on the blind side. You poke or you hit the, the eye, the throat, and don't be afraid. Like if you grab, you might put a kick as well. I'm just doing Biusa kick. Okay, so you just grab. No, that's okay. I spoke a little bit about this earlier, and it's so important. Again, before blocking and before striking, if you're on the defensive, meaning the person is striking at you, your best defense is footwork. To not be where the strike is when it gets to its destination. All right? And because we're standing in front, and someone's grabbing us, you think that you can't move because they're holding your arm. That's rubbish, all right? You can move. You can move. You can move. You can do stuff with your feet. Because if you just try to stand there, which I just watched you do, and you just try to block, yeah, you might block it, but you haven't moved your target. The block should be a secondary component to footwork. It should just, guard the space just in case the threat is there. All right? So footwork is so underestimated. I keep saying footwork is the basis of the whole system. So move your feet. The first thing, just move your feet. Yes, that's better than anything. Even if you don't block, because everyone's thinking about what block should I use? Move your feet. Just move. I showed you at the beginning where he's got the clinch. Now, just to this side, just one clinch. Now, the guys always want to get the inside line, so they can be, you don't want to be sort of out here, you want to try to get the inside line because then you can get your elbows together. Yeah, I think the Thais like to do this, yeah. Wrestlers, not so much. They'll have one usually on the outside, or they'll have one here, one on the arm, be it on the back of the tricep like this, or on top of the arm like this. It can be either way, okay? we're just going to look at one because, you know, and you can just control the elbow if you can, because from here we're going to look at let's just start like single arm chi sao. Just start with single arm chi sao, yeah, and do a tan sao, yeah. Just bon sao and tan sao is fine, okay. And look, what I want you guys to start to think about is doing some chi sao from here, but then you're going to have this guy, you know, pull you around a little bit while you're doing it. So you're doing it, and you're going to pull you around a little bit, yeah. And you want to try to, again, you can't see, but some of you have done the exploiting the rotation, yeah, exploiting the rotation. Now, some of you have trouble enough just with standing there and doing this, exploiting the rotation. So it'll be a new concept for some of you, and it's going to be a new feeling for a lot of you, having that arm on the back of your neck, pulling you around a bit, because it's going to interfere with you're not just dealing with just one arm on one arm now. You've got multiple points of contact, and that tactile information interferes with your ability to read what's happening at that point here. Okay, so we just start slowly. Don't pull around too much to begin with. Just start your rotation, and then we'll build the momentum towards the end of the seminar. Okay, grab some partners here. Often when you get caught with this position, be it the single clinch or the double clinch, what often can happen is people start doing this and trying to lift up. Now the problem with this is, as soon as he feels this, he's probably going to shoot down and go for my legs, and then I'm gone. All right, so he's not void of chi sao as well. He's going to feel this type of energy. All right, so again, don't fight force with force, especially if it's a two-handed one. Again, be it here, when we're doing this one, just a single again, when we're doing this drill and we're going here, every now and then one of you go like this, and one of you go, just try to get off the line a little bit, either gum sao, or try to step off a little bit. It's going to be difficult, you know, pull you around a little bit. Yeah, that's right, and you're going to, yeah. And again, when you're doing chi sao, it affects your ability to put that knee up, because you're getting all sorts of pressures through the arm, okay? So I know there's a lot of things to think about now, so especially against you guys who have never done some of this stuff before. There's going to be a lot of energy and balance that's different from what you're used to. Just try to, just do it at a slow pace. Don't be too crazy, all right? Again, we start with a little bit of compliance, and then we take away that compliance as we go through. Again, to stop. Because everyone thinks, again, that having the back of the neck is probably the stronger position. But it doesn't mean this position is void of having ability to take the balance as well. All right, we know the elbow control the balance. The problem is you've got to control your head as well. So when you take his balance, he's going to probably take you with him a little bit. All right, so as a side effect to having that on the back of your neck. All right, now you may have noticed when I did my lan through the arm get twisted this way. It would make it very uncomfortable for him. All right, so just, you know, don't think that having your hand on the elbow is just having your hand on the elbow for nothing. All right, you saw that as well, okay? All right.